All right, we are here with what is the first of possibly one, possibly more installments of Guy, Buddy, Friend, which is our ode to the wonderfully run Hockey Canada, supporting, of course, World Junior Canadian roster. We're going to go through here, boys, and we are going to assign each player on the World Junior roster for Canada as a guy, a buddy, or a friend. In a second, Isha will play a little teaser for those of you who aren't South Park fans and don't get that reference. It's absolutely delightful. But to show my solidarity for Canada, tonight we're going to be opening up a Caribou Crossing, and hopefully I don't polish this whole fucker off here tonight. But Isha, while I open this bitch up, you can take it away with that recording.
1, 2, 3, 4. Canada deserves more money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Canada deserves more money.
Look, buddy, me and Philip need to go home for a bit.
Go home? You can't leave the picket line.
But this is taking too long and Philip is diabetic.
Look, guy, we have to stay strong. If you don't stand with your fellow Canadians, then you are a rat.
Don't call me a rat, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend. He's not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
He's not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your friend, guy.
You cannot leave the picket line.
Cannot leave the picket line. Well, hey, cheers to Canada.
Ooh.
We got Caribou Crossing. Let's fucking go.
Oh, Canada, baby. Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. It's even got a caribou right on top of it.
Very nice.
They're trying to be Blantons. It's not working.
Z, again, shout out to you for joining us here today as well.
Hey,
we thought we'd bring in the prospect expert to do absolutely no analysis at all on any of these players.
That's what I'm here for.
You think we need to know.
All right, Hoppy, let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it with the first one here. And we're just going to go in numerical order here. We have Thomas, is it Milich?
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that. Isha, lead off. What do we think here? What are your initial vibes?
This guy's a friend. You know, he probably wasn't the one rolling the joints in high school for the boys. He was the one doing his math homework. A good friend to have, but for you know, he's a friend.
I feel like with the exception of like a Jordan Bennington, most goalies are probably going to lean more friend for me. And you look at this guy, just like the most friendly, punchable face.
I would say Patrick Waugh would be a buddy, but we'll get into that later.
Doesn't play, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know the difference between those three. No, but
you got to interpret it how you want, Z. Like, how do you see, like, what is a guy to you? What is a buddy to you? What is a friend to you?
I could see him being a very nice, quiet friend, really good at math. I could see him rocking like a plaid shirt, like a button-down shirt, and like a good, nice pair of glasses, sitting front row, fresh set of khakis, no wrinkles, just plugging away at math. So I'll go good friend. That probably helping me out with my homework.
Those are the vibes I was getting to.
All right, there we go. Friend across the board, Thomas Milich. Next one up here, Nolan Allen. Isha, you are the resident Canadian, so you're going to lead off on all these.
I'm going to go with, he looks like a buddy. You know, like kind of going off what we said with our last boy there. I think this guy knows how to party, but he's not like the one begging for you to help him, you know, study for that exam that he just had no hope in even passing. Looks like a guy you'd probably maybe go mountain biking with as well, but not the one who's like the bad influence or, you know, the one who gets all the girls. So I'm going to go with a solid buddy.
Yeah.
So, like, what's a guy? What is a guy?
For me, a guy is like, you look at him and you're like, that's a fucking guy.
Like Fiala.
Like,
Fiala's a fucking guy.
A guy. Like, you look at him and you're like, yep, this guy means fucking business.
Oh, he's a guy. Nolan Allen's a guy. He's a murderer.
Oh.
Like, he kills people. So I'd say he's a guy. Like, nice. You want him right in front of you, lead, like anywhere you go, just let him walk in front. Like walking down the hallway at school, it's clearing out. He will drop the shoulder, middle of the hallway, student, teacher, principal, doesn't matter. He kills people. I've watched him do it several times. I've watched him kill so many people. And so I'd say he's a guy.
You know what? I'm not even mad that we're going off of the prompt here. I'm gonna fully support Z, and we're just gonna say, based on those vibes, he's got to be a guy. Sorry, Isha. Nolan
All
Allen,
good.
confirmed guy. Next one up, Olin Zellweger. I already have a feeling that Z's gonna call like the majority of these guys now, just based on their vibes on the ice. But Isha, let's lead it off. What do we have here? Guy, buddy, friend.
Oland, he is a guy. If you can look that good coming out of Saskatchewan, then you are a guy in my books.
Interesting.
I was gonna lean more buddy here. He doesn't look too imposing to me, but he's also not like I'm not like petting him like I was the teacher's pet goalie. Like he's my buddy.
Yeah, I was going buddy. He'll probably have like 4 points after the first game. So just a nice fella from Saskatchewan. He's like a Jared Spurgeon, except puts up probably significantly more points, even though Spurgeon puts up pretty good points. But he's filthy. He's going to be first PP quarterback. He'll play fucking 30 minutes a night, and he'll probably, I'm guessing he's going to have 4 or 5 points in one of these games. Probably the first one. I don't even know who they're playing first. He's sick.
Probably
It's
a
a joke.
reasonable guess, regardless of who they're playing. All right, well, that's 2-1 again. Isha, he's definitely a certified buddy. Tyson Hines. Maybe it's pronounced way different because he's from Quebec, but Z, lead off on this.
He's a buddy. He just looks like a goofy bastard. You know, like
He's kind of got the Biz Nasty vibe going.
Dude, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And Biz is definitely a buddy.
Yeah, this guy's a buddy all around.
Okay, well, that was a pretty easy one. This is a straight up buddy. Brant Clark. Isha, what do we got here? Guy, buddy, friend.
I mean, he's still Babyface Clark. He's definitely a friend to me. Sick player, but he's a friend.
I'm getting friend vibes here too.
I'm getting he's a friend. And like, have you ever seen a bigger discrepancy? Is he like, is there a bigger like discrepancy between like what a player looks like in their roster photo and then their height than Brant Clark? Doesn't he look like he's like 5'7"? He's 6'2".
He looks tiny. Yep.
He's 6'2".
It's crazy. 6'2", and he just seems like he's got like a ton of reach. Like he's just a lanky bastard.
He's nasty. Yeah, definitely friend.
Brennan Othman.
I love Brennan Othman.
He's
such a guy, dude. He's such a guy.
Absolute guy. Look at him.
I was just gonna say,
I don't need to see anything else on here. The only thing that like leads me away from Guy is just the fact that he was drafted by the Rangers. But fuck that, he's a guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was gonna say the same thing about Ontario, but half the roster is made up from Ontario, so I'll just like push that aside. Yeah, look at this guy's hockey hair, dude. This is a guy 100%, and he's just such a character too. I love him.
Dude, he is a guy. He literally, so like even in this scrimmage or the pre-tournament game right now, he missed the end of the second period because he took a high stick to the jibs and was like bleeding everywhere and just goes off the ice with the giant towel in his mouth. And I was like, he's scoring first shift, third period. He did 37 seconds in the third period, just ripped. So he's nasty. His draft year is playing in Slovenia. And he had like 2 out of his 4 games over there. Like his first 4 games, he had 2 game misconducts for like ridiculous hits from behind. It's just a psycho.
Dude, he is a guy, man.
Yeah, no, he's a guy.
Love it.
All right, Joshua Waugh from Quebec. It's got to be Waugh when you're from there, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Dude, this guy.
This to me is a friend.
A friend, really? I'd say he's more of a buddy.
Looking at this picture, I'm seeing a friend.
I'd say he's more of a buddy. He's more of a buddy to me.
I think we can agree he's not a guy.
Not a guy, but definitely a buddy. Like he's got the long hockey locks. He's got he's got the peach fuzz beard there. He probably was a man amongst boys when he was growing up, and then it's kind of just plateaued a little bit. But I think he's definitely a buddy.
All right, Z's got to settle it then.
Yeah, no, he's a buddy. And like nasty. Here you go. You know why he's a buddy? What's the goddamn award called? Oh, the QMJHL. First of all, he led the league in points, 119, keep the change, and then he fucking won. I think it's like personality of the year in the Q. So he's a buddy.
That definitely bumps him up the buddy for me. So across the board, consensus. I didn't know that was a thing.
Look,
Yeah, I think it's like the Paul Dumont. I think it's the Paul Dumont trophy. It's personality of the year. It's incredible.
That's why. Does that exist in other leagues, or is that like
no
strictly
chance?
No, because the
No,
dub
the
is
Q's
only
the most
full of
ridiculous
guys.
league in the world.
Okay. All right. Well, personality of the year, Joshua Waugh, a buddy. I'm not even gonna delay here. This is a guy. Yeah,
He's an absolute guy, dude.
Like, on top of the fact that, like, Z, we already know you can wax poetic about him here in a second for what he does on the ice, but like, you look at this guy, and he is an absolute fucking guy. Look at him.
Next question.
And his name too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and his province, dude. He is an absolute guy.
And to have that on top of the fact that he's from British Columbia and 5'8", like, even with those two things weighing him down, he's an absolute guy.
Even with half his tooth, he's still a guy.
I'm getting Lloyd vibes there for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the absolute unit that Logan Stankoven is?
We were all unanimous. I love it.
Guy, next question.
All right. Next question is Dylan Gunther. Definitely not getting guy vibes here.
Gunther to me is a friend. He's fucking nasty, but he's a friend.
I'm kind of leaning friend too. Just again, based on the vibes we're getting from right here. Also, Isha, why the fuck would you put on the shitty dog logo?
I knew you would say that. That's
so
why.
Disappointing.
That's why. I actually was like dragging the Kachina one in there, and I was like, oh, Hoppy's gonna be mad if I put the other one in. Someone put the other one in.
Gross.
Definitely
Z?
friend. Oh,
Friend,
yeah.
yeah.
Friend. Yeah.
Like, I feel like he won't talk much. He'll just play. He'll let his play do the talking, and a buddy and a guy.
That's the most friendly face we've seen so far.
Yeah.
He was the guy when they announced that he was gonna make the Coyotes full time. They like, what's it called? Like Skyped or Zoomed his parents in front of the whole locker room. So he's a friend now. He's a good kid, good family. He's a friend.
All right, Dylan Gunther, friend. Reed Schaefer. I
get buddy vibes, dude.
I'm kind of getting guy vibes here from him.
I got buddy vibes.
So we got, just look at his face, look at the expression. This guy knows he's going to go out there and fucking dust people. Alberta boy, drafted by the Oilers. I'm leaning guy. So we got buddy, guy, Z. Where do you land?
He's a unit, by the way. Like, everybody, just look at his.
These are all units. Like that.
No, not all of them are units. This guy's a fucking unit. 6'4", 219 pounds. He's the biggest player on the team, I think.
He is a big boy.
I think he's the biggest player on the team.
I'll go buddy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I have been overruled. Reed Schaefer, confirmed, buddy. Or buddy. Zach Dean. I almost have to default to a newfie being a friend.
I was gonna say.
Is there anything more to say here for Zach Dean? He's a newfie.
He's a newfie. He's got the poo stash. He's a friend.
No further questions for Z. Got it. Zach Dean.
Z, did you add any Disaronno to that Corona?
No, I just opened the mini fridge that's right next to me.
You should, by the way. You should next time.
I guess so. That sounds like it's for rich people, though.
I mean, kind of. I don't know. There's definitely richer bottles to buy.
It's a way to get drunk off Dr. Pepper.
It's borderline rich person. $30 for a 750. So, rich people.
Yeah, that's rich people shit.
You guys are nuts. I'm still on Canada liquor prices where that's just like a bottle of Smirnoff.
Yeah, cry about it.
Shut up, friend.
Zach Dean, confirmed friend. Shane Wright. I'm getting buddy vibes here.
Shane Wright's a friend to me, dude. Shane Wright's a friend to me.
Yeah, I think he's a friend. I just listened to his little feature during the intermission. He's definitely a friend. He was
a lot like how Dylan Gunther's a friend.
He's just happy.
He didn't look friendly when he went up on stage and gave the fucking death.
That was a guy move.
That was a guy move displayed by a friend. I can accept that. All right. All right. Shane Wright is a friend. Z, go ahead.
I mean, he's a fucking guy.
He
dude.
is a guy, man.
It's such a joke. Like, it's terrifying. He's a freak. He could play in the NHL right now, and he's a top 20 player. Like, he'd probably be close to a point per game right now. And
You
it's
think
a
he'd be
fucking
top 20 right now?
I don't think you understand how fucking unbelievable
I
this shit
understand
is.
how
Yeah,
unbelievable
It's
he is,
scary.
Yeah, so to everybody watching, like Z, explain how like this guy's gonna make the same impact as like a Matthews and McDavid.
but a bigger impact.
I think a bigger impact, but like that's the comparison on like the impact he's gonna make as soon as he enters the league. But like talk about that for a sec, Z.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I remember, what's his name? Fucking Byron Bader does like the hockey prospecting thing
Yeah.
where he looks at the probabilities or whatever, and like, especially last year, he literally was like trending with like Gretzky. Like it's a fucking joke.
So not
His
quite
draft
Lemieux.
-1, he put up 50 goals, 100 points. He like played the first game of the season this year, had no points. Everyone's like, "Oh, is this gonna be a?" I'm like, "Are you fucking dumb?" Next game, 3 goals, 10 shots on net. He's averaging like 8 shots a game, and like he's destroying. He's gonna break the record for like points per game in the WHL.
Dude, it's a joke.
Lot.
He's 64
It's
points
just-
in 28 games at the time of this recording right now.
Every game, it's just like a joke. Like,
Z,
and Regina sucks. Regina sucks.
There
and
though,
he is-
that's my question though. It's been talked about a lot in the media. Do you think that he gets traded or does he stick it out?
No, those dickheads won't trade him. They're
Oh, yeah,
very
Hoppy.
adamant that no matter what, they're not trading. Which is they could literally like if you wanted to acquire
They'd get like
Bedard,
5 or
you'd have
6
to give up 3 organizations. Like that's the
Yeah.
problem. Like there's no like you'd have to just give the team up and just to like you have to like give your whole team away, not have a team anymore, and just like make Bedard the mayor of wherever the fuck town
But,
you're
like-
in.
Has ownership ruled out a Connor Bedard trade?
Do you speak some different language?
No, I speak English.
It's been said what's done. Okay, so
Why have we been asked not to ask you about
because
that?
if you're working for the Blazers, I'm filing tampering charges.
I don't work for the Blazers.
Okay, but never before in the history of the league has there been asked about a player. This started in June in this town. So again, you must not be speaking English because instead, what's going to happen?
I mean, you can
He
understand
has a no. I
why
can't.
why the
He-
whole,
no,
the whole
I
hockey
can't.
world wants to know.
No,
about it.
he has a no trade clause. He does not want to be traded. He's not going anywhere. We don't want to trade him, and he doesn't want to be traded. It's simple.
That's all we're looking for.
No, it's not all you're looking for because it's been going on since June.
I've never asked you the question. Never had the
I know, but
opportunity.
you probably wrote about it or asked somebody about it. No,
That's
no,
not
that's
nice.
it's okay. We'll get them to understand someday.
I mean, people want to know about what are the risks of not doing it. I mean,
What do you mean what the risks are?
I mean, you have the chance to set up the franchise for the future.
I've been through both. I've rebuilt. I've had to spend like crazy when we were hosting the World Cup because we're better next year.
I know there's
There's
sides
nothing
also,
to do with it.
There's also sides why I can understand why the Pats wouldn't want to do it for having him being
We're not
drafted.
doing it. It's not wanting to. We're not doing it. And Connor has the final say. He has a no trade. He wants to be a Regina Pat and finish his career in Regina. Clear.
They talk about the importance of him going into the draft and like being drafted as one of their players. Like, did it really do anything for Rimouski that Crosby got drafted out of there? Like, did it do anything for Erie that Connor came out of there? Like, did that really do anything for their brand beyond that moment?
No. I mean, like, I
So
don't know.
why
They
not-
sell
why not
tickets. Like,
trade
he's
for someone
literally
from the
every
organization?
every game Regina plays it on the road, they sell out because Bedard. Like, they sell out. They're like, the attendance records are being broken. Like, he's just like, it's a joke. It would be so funny if he ends up going to Arizona and he has to play at Arizona State. But, like,
I mean, hopefully only for like 2 years.
yeah, allegedly.
Oh, him and Logan Cooley though. Holy
Dude, him and Matthews. When Matthews joins
that too,
Arizona,
that
I mean, it's going to be
I would
insane.
love it. Not
It's going to happen, dude.
necessarily,
I will
like-
bet my house on it. It's going to happen. He's
I'd
not
rather
staying-
that than Philly. If he goes to Philly, I'm done.
He's not going to Philly. He's not going to Philly.
No. I would a weird one that I'm like into would be fucking Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Columbus,
you
you have
between Line and Goudreau.
dude, you have him with Gaudreau, Line, Kent Johnson.
Him
Like on the back end, they got
jersey too.
Wierenski. They've got Matejchuk, Jiricek. Like they have so many sick prospects too. Another kid that's lighting up the QMJHL, Jordan Dumais. He's setting records right now. Like if he makes it to the NHL, they have that big giant bastard Kirill Dolchenkov. He's 6'7", and literally last year got thrown out of a game because he slew footed a ref. Like this Columbus prospect pool is fascinating. So I would be so into him in fucking Columbus, dude.
Anywhere you don't want him to go besides Philly and Arizona.
And any team, like, who gives a shit if he goes to Columbus? You know, like, he's not going to haunt your nightmares if he's on the fucking Blue Jackets. Even if they're nasty, like, all right, whatever. It's the Blue Jackets. So I'm into him going to fucking Columbus.
All right, Columbus it is.
Buffalo doesn't deserve another. Buffalo or Ottawa don't deserve another, top prospect. So anywhere but either, but those two.
Anyone deserves it. It's Buffalo, so you can shut your mouth.
They just can't. They can't get it together
after the way they got fleeced in 15. But all right, Connor Bedard confirmed.
Guy.
Now we got Colton Dock out of Alberta, 6'4", 205. Is this Kirby's brother?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Also got drafted by Chicago, and then Kirby got traded
by Chicago, which is funny. But he also
he's a guy, dude.
Seeing Kirby in him, but he is absolutely a guy.
He's a fucking guy. He's a unit, and he's just got guy vibes. He's got guy vibes all around.
He also kills people. Yeah, no, he's a guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be bigger than Kirby. He's
I don't know. He looks about the same.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'4", 205, and he's what, 18? Whew.
Is that weird for him to go to Chicago and them to trade him away? I don't
They drafted him when Kirby was still on the team, I think, so they thought it was going to be like a...
Right, but now it's... Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Colton Dock, guy.
Easy.
Caden Bankier. This guy's cheesing right now. He's somewhere between guy and buddy for me, and I can't sort through this shit.
Yeah,
I know you're going to say guy because he's from BC, so Z...
No. I'm going to say buddy. He's a buddy. He's not quite guy. I mean, BC does help, obviously, but I'm trying to take that bias out of it. He's a buddy for me.
He's all of the above. He's just
guy,
friend on the day.
Buddy, and friend. Yes. I accept that answer. Isha, do you support it?
Yeah. He's got a little bit of everything in him.
2 assists tonight. First 2 assists as a member of Hockey Canada.
Nice.
Made this World Juniors team. Never has represented Canada before, ever. What?
Who's he playing with?
He's on that 4th line. It's him with Colton Dock. Yeah, fuck me. Was it Zach Dean? No, I don't think it was Zach Dean. It might have been. I don't know, but he's on their first PK unit. He's just doing all the dirt. Like, he's just such a fucking Swiss Army knife. Gives you a little bit of everything. Like, whatever minutes you don't want to play, he's like, yeah, absolutely. I'll eat those fucking minutes up.
Yeah.
So he's such a fucking good player. Like, watching him the past 2.5, 3 years has been it's been incredible. So
Z, I gotta ask though. I gotta ask. Obviously, we're super excited that Bankier made the team. Gonna give you a second here to talk about Lambos not making the team and why it means he's an awful prospect that the Wild should just punt on.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly how we should all feel about it. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised that he didn't make it just because he was on the team last year, and it was a weird thing where I was surprised and not surprised based on the guys that they did bring. They clearly he's not going to take power play time from Zellweger, Clark, or Korchinski, and Korchinski's been a beast, so he made it this year. And then the other guys they bring Nolan Allen, and they bring what's his face, Tyson Hines, Del Mastro. They just wanted a bunch of big dudes that played hard D, like Jack Mattier. So they just wanted a bunch of stay-at-home, rugged D-men to go along with their. So he's somewhere in the he's 6'1". He would have been the second shortest player on the back end. That's pretty wild. He's been playing generally really good. He just hasn't taken over games probably as much as we would like him to with how good he is and what he's capable of. So but like he's doing a little bit of everything for Winnipeg. Just the numbers don't jump off. He doesn't really play on their first power play unit either because that overager came back. But all in all, he's been really good this year, just not like super. So I've always pushed back, by the way, on like, oh, he's our future number one defenseman. Like, well, I mean, I think he projects as just a really like solid all around like second pair reliable guy. So he's got like top pair upside, but he's not going to like drive your back end. Like he's not going to be your number one, which is fine. You don't need him to be. I
mean, realistically, you look at him and you say he's somewhere between a 2 and a 5, right? Most likely landing at the 3-4 range, but like he definitely could be a 2.
I think he's a good 3, a really good 4.
There you go.
Good 3, good
so
3.
Can you
really,
see him being a 5, or is that not even in the realm of possibility?
No, I could be a 5. I mean, like, again, it's going to depend on like what the back end ends up looking like, who's there. Like, he's firmly on the second pair there. If you look at who they have right now, like the top guys, you're looking at Faber, you're looking at
Kalen Addison.
Yep, Kalen Addison, and then we'll see where like those other guys end up. But
who do you think? Obviously, being Minnesota Wild focused, we're going to drag this one out a little bit. Who is most likely to be moved if we're trying to bring in a significant piece? Because obviously, we've got more than what we can handle as far as defensive depth in our prospect pool. Do you see it being O'Rourke or Hunt? Do you see it being a guy like Pert? Someone else? Like, who is the guy that you see being moved if that's what's needed to make a trade happen?
I mean, like, probably depends on like when, like the timeline, but it's got to be one
This
of
year.
Hunter O'Rourke. I'd probably lean towards O'Rourke just because I know he has a lot more people who look at his game. Like Hockey Canada loves Damon Hunt, so like all the GMs love a guy like Damon Hunt. If he can stay healthy, which he has this year, and he's been playing pretty well in the AHL, given the fact that he plays for the Iowa Wild and they're kind of a shit show. I think he settled in and played really well in the NHL. He's not playing like that fucking wild card rover position that he did with Moose Jaw last year because he was on a pair with Dent Matejchuk, the most electrifying D pair I've seen in the WHL in like ever.
Fun.
But he's actually adapted his game really well to like the pro game and like playing a more responsible, like not being wildly out of control. And realistically, like he put up crazy numbers. Like he scored like fucking 18 goals in 36 games last year, which he was never gonna do like in pro hockey. And I remember that's when I was like, get this fucking kid out of the WHL. Like he's probably just like he's just like a man amongst boys there. Like really not playing how like a projectable NHL pro hockey like North American game. So I was curious to see how this year would go, and he's actually adapted really well. Obviously, he's not put up a ton of points. No one on the back end really is. But he's actually just played solid and like a really good, responsible D. He can skate. He's got offense. He plays fucking hard. Like, nice. So I would probably say it's a Damon Hunt just because I know a lot of people probably look at his game. There's more like dimensions to it than O'Rourke, even though I think O'Rourke in the end is probably like a more reliable defensive defenseman.
I was gonna say Hunt's kind of higher ceiling, lower floor, right? O'Rourke, we kind of know what he is.
Yeah, like Hunt could be like turn himself into a legit top 4, like secondary offense, potential second power play unit, like solid D, all around D man. He also could never play a game in the NHL. Right. Like O'Rourke, like he just screams like a guy that's gonna play 15 years in the show. You'll never really hear about him outside of whatever like
kind of a 4-5 tweener guy, right?
Yeah, but I could see him like first PK, like hard minutes, like 20-25 minutes a night, like quiet but effective and like mean and like hard minutes, like plays. That kid fucking plays hard. He just like a lot of his games are parts of his game that are just like really sneaky, but just like incredibly effective. Like it just makes it look simple, like defensively, and on top of that, like every Wild prospect defenseman. Like the transition game solid. Like he's got a really good first pass. He doesn't do things that he knows what he's good at and what he's not good at, and he just sticks to what he knows. And 99% of the time makes the right decision. So I think O'Rourke's probably just a more reliable, like projectable defenseman.
There we go. All right, Caden Bankier, confirmed guy, buddy, friend, much like the fabled man, bear, pig. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to lead this one off. Guy.
Yeah.
The vibes he gives off. Number 19 in Canada is immediate guy vibes as well. I also just enjoy anytime a Canadian stud comes down and plays NCAA hockey, even if it is to the fucking loser Michigan Wolverines.
Hoppy sips a drink right after uttering the Wolverines. No, this guy's got guy vibes all around as well, dude.
Yeah, I mean, come on. He's a fucking guy.
I don't know. At one point, I recall one of the three of us saying that there was no way in hell that he'd even be in consideration for top 2.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, moving on. Adam Fantilli, confirmed guy. Zach Ostapchuk. We're going to go with that. This guy is not a guy. He's, I don't know, he's between buddy and friend for me. Like, he just kind of looks like a goober almost. Like, he's just there to chill for the vibes. I'm going to lean buddy. It's weird, though, Isha.
I think you talked yourself into it there. Because those are good reasons to say buddy.
He's a buddy, but it was weird because the World Junior roster listed him as being drafted in 2018 by Vancouver. So, like, this is obviously the correct draft. I'm just saying World Junior Canada should figure their shit out. There's a lot of things that Hockey Canada should probably figure the fuck out. But
probably over their website, but yes.
Hey, who cares? All right, so I landed on Buddy. Z, where are you at?
Oh, he is a guy, dude.
Oh.
Like, he plays for Vancouver, the WHL, so I guess
so Isha's going to agree with Guy then. That was easy.
Oh, he's a fucking animal. Like tough. And he's solid, like a good player. Dude. Like, he's last couple of years he's been solid too. Like, last year he put up good points, and then he's doing it again this year. He had one fight last year where he just like caved this dude's face in and was just feeding it to the crowd. Like literally, like, it was I was like, oh, this is like full rock star mode. It was incredible. Like, hair flip. Oh, it was beautiful. And like 4 of the punches he landed, like, I swear to God, I think I was watching it on mute, but I could hear him. Like, I could hear all 4 fucking connect. Like, it was bad. So he's a fucking guy, dude.
All right, Isha, make the decision.
Well, I think Z, I mean, I was firm buddy just upon first glance, but I think Z talked me into a guy. The fact that this guy, who I thought was just kind of like more of like the
just said this guy, so yeah.
No, I know. At first, where I was like, he's probably like the goofball and everything, but the way Z like talked him up, and I got to watch this fight here. Hell, I'll even go to it here in this clip. I mean,
no, Isha, don't do that while we're on camera.
He's an absolute guy.
We don't need the Costco lube coming out. All right.
Kirkland makes lube.
Zach, is it Ostapchuk? Ostapchuk. Zach Ostapchuk.
Ostapchuk.
Certified guy. Nathan Gaucher from Quebec. Big motherfucker. 6'3", 207. I think I've seen the Ducks on here like 4 times now. I don't know. Looking at his picture here, I'm getting guy vibes initially. He's definitely not a friend. He's somewhere in between guy and buddy for me. I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys. I'm not even going to give a firm pick. Isha, you go off on the Quebecois.
I got nothing but buddy vibes coming from him.
Yeah, I would say buddy. He's big boy, and sometimes throws his weight around, but really just like a solid 2-way guy, more defensive than anything. But just solid, reliable, good dude. And it's fun when he does decide to be 6'3", 210. But yeah, I'd probably lean buddy.
He looks more like a daywalker than a true ginger, so buddy approved. Nathan Gaucher. Buddy. Ethan Del Mastro, which, what a name. Look at the vibes from the picture. I'm immediately just going to say guy and step away, but I'll let you two decide where this guy lands.
Dude, he's an immediate guy for me. With the hair, the missing tooth, he's an absolute monster. I mean, yeah, nothing but guy vibes coming from him.
The maple syrup drip, like everything.
Could be like the nephew of John Merrill.
Yeah.
No, John Merrill could be his nephew.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, I mean, how do you not go, Guy? I think last year he was almost at 100 pims, but big boy, plays hard, defensive defenseman. Put up good points, though. I think he's right under a point per game this year, though. Playing with Mississauga. He's their captain, was their captain last year. Next question, like, he's a guy.
Ethan Del Mastro, guy. Kevin Korchinski, which, like, before we even get into the guy, buddy, friend debate, see, there was a lot of people that were kind of up in arms when Chicago took him at number 7 in this most recent draft. Like, have they been validated? Is it still something that's questionable?
I was questioning it last year. There were other players I would have taken at 7. Probably would still lean someone else at 7, but he's been incredible this year. And like second half of last year, he was a beast. Like this year, I don't even know how many points he has this year, but he's like lighting it up. Like he was solid last year. Like he's rocking it up the like draft rankings as the year went on. It was definitely like high risk, high reward type shit where like he was probably leading the CHL in like transition, like rush offense and like successful carries. But he was also like setting record for the most like turnovers in the same route. Like, so like but this year he's been unbelievable. So like, I don't think Chicago is going to be upset about this pick because like he's already looking like fairly close.
My question, though, is, like, do you feel like Chicago saw something that other people didn't? Like, kind of a la Detroit being able to go, like, oh, yeah, no, we're definitely going to go with Moritz Seider. And people went and, like, asked Eisman, like, why'd you reach for him? He's like, we didn't reach for him. That is where he should have gone.
No, I think the entire league really liked him. I mean, like, he has the size, skating, like, skill, hand, like he gives you a little bit of everything. So I think the question was like the defense and some of the decision making, but I know like every team in the league was super high on Korchinski and probably had him either the first or second best defenseman.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
All right, as far as vibes go, though,
yeah, what are the vibes here with Kevin Korchinski?
I would say he's a friend.
That's where I'm leaning.
That's where I was at too. Oh my god,
unanimous friend. I love it.
I was firm on friend, and I thought you'd both fight me.
No, all unanimous on this one.
Now, he does have like a weird look to him here where it's like he's the guy that's going to steal your girl kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yes. All right.
Friends can steal your girls too, though. You don't have to be a guy to do that.
All right. Fair enough. Undercover friend, Kevin Korchinski, friend. Jack Mattier, big boy, 6'4", 202 from Ontario, so Isha won't give him any mind. I don't know what to make of this guy. This is the first one that I've had zero opinion whatsoever. Isha, Canadian, go off.
I think he's a buddy. He's someone who, you'd want to drink with for sure. And, you could, as a defenseman, as he is a defenseman, you could probably trust him to play some hard D. Big, tall motherfucker, 6'4". He's a buddy.
I'll go friend. Like, he's big. His defensive game is solid, but it's not like a big, giant, bruising D man, like anything like that. And I'm frozen, so I don't know. Oh no, I'm not frozen anymore.
You were never frozen.
You guys froze for a second, so I was just assuming that I was about to drop out. But yeah, I'd say friend. He's just
did the roommate unplug the Wi-Fi again?
Probably.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I'd say friend. You can just tell by his face too. I think he's like unsuspecting. Hard to be unsuspecting at 6'4", though.
He's kind of like Tree in Mystery Alaska.
That's a good comparison.
I like that.
You know what I get? I mean, like, obviously, no one's more like him than Victor Hedman, who looks just like him. But I'm getting similar vibes, and going off what Z said there, like the unassuming giant who's like, am I a big guy? Yeah, Johnny. No, you're a big guy. Yeah, we're going friend here. I'm going to break the tie. Jack Mattier, friend. Benjamin Goudreau.
Friend.
What's funny is he's an Ontario boy, and I'm getting all the French vibes here.
I know. I was
He
gonna
should
say,
be from Quebec.
doesn't
right?
he look like he's from Quebec?
He looks like it. It's Goudreau. Like it. I'm getting all the French vibes.
Put it this way: his parents are French. He just was born in Ontario, I bet, because they were like, Ontario. He probably has a better chance of getting harder competition in the O than the Q. So they decided to raise him in Ontario.
I mean, he's a goalie, so I lean friend, but the French vibes here are throwing me off a little bit. I don't know. Z, do you have a counter argument?
He looks like such a friend, dude.
Yeah, no, friend probably averages like 6 words per year.
All right, Benjamin Goudreau, friend. And last one here, I think this is a unanimous dude. Like, he's not a guy.
This isn't Canada.
Friend. This is a dude.
This is not Canada. What is this?
Logan Cooley. He's got the correct Coyotes logo. America.
Oh my god.
I don't know, dude. Z, how would you characterize Logan Cooley?
Dude, like,
dude.
Look at him. Look at him. He's living.
That's where I'm at.
He's going from college to college too. When he goes like college to pro.
That I'm hoping that's the only reason that maybe he plays one more year in Minnesota. It's not going to happen. I'm just allowing myself to believe that since Matty Nyes did, he'll do it too. It won't happen though, unfortunately. This is an absolute dude. It was honestly between him and Jimmy Snuggerud. And I mean, both are absolute fucking dudes. They both look like absolute killers. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say, but
I have something to say. I mean, I love how like Bedard is here breaking records, and he's not the dude. This guy's the dude. I mean,
you can't be a dude if you're from Canada.
Oh, I guess you only can be a buddy, guy, or friend, right?
Correct. And also, like, if we're gonna compare, like, do you want to go back to Bedard? Like, you're gonna tell me that this guy right here doesn't have more?
No, he's a dude. He's a dude. I'll concede.
That's what I fucking thought.
I looked right into his eyes and I was like, all right, dude.
I don't know. Z, what do you think about Logan Cooley in general, though? Like, with what you've seen from him, obviously him going to Arizona, do with that what you want. Like, what's this guy's ceiling in the NHL?
Oh, I mean, I think the question will be, can you be a 5'10" center, like a first line 5'10" center? I think he can be. I wouldn't rush him to the NHL right after this year, though. Like, I don't really see it, especially if you're Arizona too. Like, why the fuck would you want this kid? Or like, you don't need him to. And most of your other prospects are probably gonna benefit from not going to the pros right away. So
don't need it.
I would give another year, let him rip it up again. Because there's been a lot of games. Obviously, he's like going Sports Center top 10 mode. And then there were a few games in there that looked like he was still adjusting to college hockey. Like, Snuggerud's been a fucking animal. Like, he's been on.
My God, has he been an animal?
He's been unbelievable. So
him and Baby Pitlick have looked really good in spots.
Mm-hmm. Right
now, I gotta ask then too, Z, because there's been a lot of talk lately, like across national outlets, of the idea of Middlestat being drafted to Buffalo being purely a GM decision because the entire scouting group was set to draft Marty Necas. Like, anything you want to say on that topic?
No, I don't know. I mean, like, people really fucking like Middlestat too. Like, his development got so fucked up. Like,
he rushed.
Yeah, like, really bad. The kid went from fucking playing high school hockey in Minnesota, and they're like, go play the NHL now.
He played 1 year of college.
Yeah, like, but so, like, literally less than 18 months apart. You know, like,
right. So,
and the kid's like 8 pounds. It's
the reason that Logan Cooley needs to stay at least one more year in Minnesota. Please do it for me, please.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but third overall pick, we'll see. See how he finishes the year too.
Any shot for your Boston teams to go on any form of run?
What do you mean?
Not Bruins, college.
Northeastern's not been playing very well. They would have been like, believe Merrimack College come out of nowhere. They're top 10. And like, I watched them early in the season. I was like, oh, wow, they are significantly better than I remember. And then they started just like beating like top 10 teams. And like, they're not going to, I don't think they'll make a run. But right now, I think the last time they were ranked, they were like 8. But I guess like,
wait, by pairwise or by what?
What?
By pairwise or like polls or what?
Polls. And I mean, it's not Boston, but you can count New England. Like Quinnipiac's fucking unbelievable. So I could see them making a run.
Schedule is a concern at all?
No, because they're beating like some of the best teams in college. Like I watched it. I also like, and BC's not the best team in the world. Like Quinnipiac kicked the dog shit out of like it was so bad. Like it was like I was just sitting there like holy, like they're not even on the same like they were just it was like varsity versus JV. Like but so Quinnipiac like they have a bunch of dudes. They have like an older team. You know they don't have as many like drafted players, but they've got a bunch of dudes that have been playing college hockey for a while. I wouldn't worry about that conference like being there. I mean they've made runs before. They've won national championships before. Like I don't think their schedule is as big as a concern. Honestly, like a lot of times in college too, like that schedule probably helps you. Like you'll get Minnesota, they're going up against top 10 teams like every fucking weekend. And it's like that's gotta like take so much out of you. And realistically, it's just like when you go to the tournament, it's one and done. So I don't know. I don't know if I would really be all that concerned about conference play, especially when you're talking about like a top 5 team.
Very fair. Yeah, I'm in a weird spot now where I want so badly to buy tickets in Tampa, but like I can't bring myself to do it until Minnesota's in the Frozen Four.
Yeah, it's college hockey.
Because me purchasing tickets means they're gonna fucking lose, right?
It's like I mean, every year there's that one first round number 1 seed that goes out, like every fucking year almost. There's some massive upset, like so. It's like at the end of the day, like just get in, and it's hockey. Like that's the sport. Like it's not like any other sport. Like it doesn't really happen as much as it does in hockey. Like anywhere else. Like even like what was it? It was last year's Cinderella team in March Madness, St. Peter's. How often does that fucking happen? Like, but like every year in college hockey, the Frozen Four, like in that tournament, one of those teams goes out like every time first round.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it too many times, and that's why I won't buy the tickets yet, and I'll probably spend 2 or 3 times as much. But if they make it, I really want to go. This is a team that can fucking do it.
Decent time. Yeah, they're nasty.
God damn.
Probably be a good time.
All right. Well,
this got way too American for me, guys.
Yeah. Isha's chugging maple syrup over there to make up for it. We just survived our first edition, maybe last. We'll see what.
This was fun. I dig it.
Like, we'll see what happens based on the feedback from listeners, followers, whatever. But this could easily become an annual tradition where we call out the guys, the buddies, and the friends of the Canadian World Junior team. That is assuming that they don't get fucking shredded and essentially get booted from World Junior competition, because we don't know what's going to come up here. It sounds like they've made progress with 2018. Who knows what's going to happen for previous years, but for now, we're just going to have fun with it. All I can say is thanks for watching. If you did watch, like, subscribe, check out the podcast. Of course, check out, coming here soon, lots of interesting info from the Friday Judd's Buds segment, because World Juniors is upon us, folks. Best time of the year if you're a hockey fan, undoubtedly. Z, anything you want to pump?
Hockey's cool. I like it. And there's a lot of it going around. Everyone's digging it. World Cup's over, so we don't have to do that anymore. And now we just have like hockey.
It was the warm up for the World Junior, baby.
Great.
the best tournament in sports. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.